Good evening and welcome to the Center for Disability and Elder Law's Light Up the Loop Winter Awards Benefit. My name is David Maliband and I am the Managing Partner of Baker McKenzie's Chicago office. And all of us at Baker McKenzie are thrilled to have you here in person tonight to celebrate CDEL's award winners and accomplishments over the past year. This event feels even more special after 2 years of remote events. And Baker McKenzie has hosted this event since 2012, and we are proud of our long-standing relationship with CDEL. I'm especially excited to have you learn more about the wonderful pro bono work in which Baker McKenzie attorneys take part during the Volunteer of the Year presentation. I very much hope that you enjoy the evening and the opportunity to learn more about CDEL's important and impactful work.
Thank you very much, David, for that warm welcome. All of us at CDEL are so grateful for Baker McKenzie's generosity in hosting this event over the years, and we are so happy to be gathered in person again. I would also like to thank all of the sponsors who made tonight's event possible. My name is Andrew Lillis, and I am the chair for this year's Light Up the Loop Winter Awards Benefit. For almost 40 years, the Center for Disability and Elder Law has provided free legal assistance to low-income seniors and people with disabilities throughout Cook County. In 2022 alone, CDEL closed over 2,600 files, primarily serving clients with housing, end-of-life, guardianship, and consumer matters. CDEL has a small team of 13 staff members and is able to serve so many people due to an incredible network of volunteers. Tonight, we are here to honor the 2023 award winners who exemplify excellent service to CDEL. The volunteers of the year are Shane Kelly, Addison Braendel, Crofton Kelly, and Stephen Phalen. The partner of the year is Astellas Pharma US, and the Impact Award winner is our Cook County Clerk, Karen Yarbrough. Every year, this event reminds me about the incredible importance of legal representation and the need for all people to have access to counsel. As you learn about CDEL throughout the evening, please know that everyone can play a role in ensuring that CDEL's work continues by volunteering and contributing financial support. Tonight, you will hear from our award winners and the clients that they impacted in their own words. For the next 10 minutes, please join me in watching these inspiring stories. Thank you for being with us tonight.
My name is Catherine Seabury. I lived at my address since January 20, 1970. We were so happy and excited to have our home. We thought we'd have a place to live and we'd be old. Been taken advantage of by a young family member.
So my name is Shane Kelly. I'm a litigation associate at Baker McKenzie, and I was fortunate enough to be brought into the work that CDEL does through a partner at the firm who works closely with CDEL on their pro bono matters. Miss Seabury bought this home with her husband in the 1970s, and she lived there for the next 50 years. It was her family home. She and her husband, lived out their lives together there. She lost her husband living in that home, and she continued living there on her own after he passed. At some point, a family member of Miss Seabury's came into the picture and essentially bought her home for pennies on the dollar. And Miss Seabury didn't understand that that's what was taking place when she entered into this transaction. A little after a year or so after Miss Seabury unknowingly entered into this transaction, she received demand for rent payments for her to remain in the home. And then eventually that progressed into Miss Seabury receiving an eviction notice from that family member.
And he said, "You can always stay here. This will be your house. This is family. We're gonna look after each other. You will never have to move." When I got the eviction notice, he knew what he was going to do to me all the time, but I did not know he was taking advantage. But he knew having an attorney help me had to be from God. It made me feel so blessed, because without them, I don't know what would have happened to me, because I did not have money to go hire me an attorney. So this is something that helped seniors that's being abused. It helped me. It meant everything for me.
You know, it's really unfortunate someone that like her who's been in her home for over 50 years, you know, facing such an uncertain future there.
Together, we have taken depositions in this case. We've filed briefs. We have filed an appeal on behalf of Ms. Seabury to hopefully keep her in her home. We unfortunately received an adverse decision in the trial court in Cook County, and we were devastated to see that result for Ms. Seabury. And after talking with CDEL and with everyone here at Baker McKenzie and talking with Ms. Seabury, we decided that there really was no choice to be made. We needed to appeal the decision.
So it was a really collaborative team with people here at Baker McKenzie, with Steve, Phalen, and attorneys at CDEL. We, you know, spoke many times about the strategy for the brief.
Baker, you know, has a strong commitment to pro bono generally, and being a big law firm, we're able to cover some of the incidentals, the cost of depositions, the cost of filings. It just makes it easier, I think, for CDEL to move this forward without it straining the bank.
It was obvious that it wasn't right, and it was obvious that she was anxious and that the buyer, who was a family member, was in a situation where he could try to take advantage and look after his own interests and not hers. I think it's important. I kind of, looking back, wish I had done more when I was younger. I mean, I'm doing more now as I've been practicing for a while. And certainly if you're interested in working with CDEL, you should reach out.
CDEL's mission is very important. It's local, it's Chicago, it truly helps the disadvantaged and the people who find it difficult to navigate the system, either because of disabilities or age. And we're there to help. It's a drop in the bucket, but it's still, every drop helps.
What I'll remember about working on this case 10 years from now, I'll remember the challenge, but also I think I'll remember just how fulfilling it was and how just great it was to work with a real life person like Ms. Seabury, who needs help and is getting that help through CDEL.
My attorney, from helping seniors like me, I would be on the viaduct somewhere. I have no place to go. It meant a lot, everything to me.
Mi nombre es Adriana y vivo en el norte de Chicago. Mi hijo Philip, estoy muy contenta de tener la tutela legal. No sé cómo habría sido la experiencia con la corte sin su ayuda, porque muy difícil. Yo pienso que hubiera sido muy difícil. Con ustedes fue súper fácil. Me sentí muy tranquila, todo fue bien rápido y no pienso que sin ustedes no hubiera sido tan fácil.
Over the course of the last 5 years, Astellas has been in partnership with the Center for Disability and Elder Law on a variety of projects, including the Power of Attorney clinics in service of the elderly, part of the Proud to Thrive initiative, as well as young adult guardianship clinics. I think generally we take for granted our own good health and the good health of those who we love and take care of in our lives. When people don't have the resources available to them, they have to focus on what's happening today. And it feels like a luxury for them to consider what might happen should good health fail, or should they have a child, for instance, aging into adulthood with a disability who can't care for themselves. My husband and I are the parents of a 17-year-old who has been significantly impacted by autism and who is nonverbal. He cannot make health or safety decisions on his own. I'm an attorney, and I will tell you that the paperwork and the court processes can feel overwhelming. And so the thought that we can partner with the Center for Disability and Elder Law and provide the comfort, the empowerment, the rights that caregivers need for these aging adults is fantastic. What Center for Disability and Elder Law does in providing the services that these folks need is that they put what would otherwise be a luxury within reach. They empower people to understand, educate themselves, train themselves, and put into practice those legal rights for themselves and for their loved ones that will allow them to prepare for the unknown.
Esta experiencia me ha dado mucha tranquilidad. Toda mi familia se puso contenta cuando les dije que ya tenía la tutela de Philly, porque Philly ya está grande. Philly ya a los 32 años yo tuve la tutela. porque siempre que iba, y preguntaba lugares, me decían, no, es que tienes que hacer esto, y nunca me decían algo concreto, nunca me ayudaban completamente como ustedes me ayudaron, y la experiencia pues es muy buena y me siento muy súper, pues, ¿qué le puedo decir? Estoy muy, muy satisfecha de ya tener la tutela de mi hijo.
The HIG is one of 7 employee impact groups we have here at Astellas. It supports employees with shared interests, backgrounds, and goals. We have about 250 members, mostly in the United States, and we offer career advocacy and other resources for the Hispanic constituency within Astellas, as well as those interested in Latino matters and culture. So when we found out that there was also a need for Spanish-speaking volunteers, we went ahead and we tapped into our HEIG membership for support, and it was the perfect fit. CDEL made the experience extremely easy for us. Even for those volunteers who did not have a legal background, CDEL made sure that we all had the proper training in advance.
The variety of CDEL's offerings, the strength of its legal training, and the flexibility in providing support to clients remotely has provided our team with invaluable experience. And so I want to thank you so much for your strong collaboration with Astellas and for your energy and passion for supporting elders and those with disabilities.
La organización es muy importante para la comunidad porque mucha gente, a veces hasta papeles en español, que son muchas preguntas, que decimos, ¿qué ponemos aquí? ¿Qué escribo? Porque hay veces que hasta en español digo, ay, no entiendo esta pregunta, y ustedes nos ayudan, nos orientan y nos explican, y es muy importante de verdad. Sin ustedes yo creo que para mí hubiera sido muy difícil.
I would encourage anybody who's thinking about whether or not they should participate in this to jump in, join us. Whatever you put in, you're going to get out tenfold. The joy that you have in bringing your skill set to those who need it most, there's nothing better. And to do it with a partner who feels the same level of passion makes you believe anything's possible.
It was really quite amazing, and I'm still in disbelief and wonderment because I never thought I would have this opportunity. I'm very happy with the whole process.
The origin of the help desk actually goes back a ways because we've been looking for opportunities on how we can facilitate our clients. When they come in, they're looking for information, they're looking for help. I was really frustrated over the years because we cannot offer the kind of help that people are looking for. I'm not an attorney. Even if we have attorneys here, they can't give legal advice as to what someone should or should not do. And most people that I talk to, when you start talking about attorneys, they automatically see dollar signs like, oh my goodness, how much is this going to cost?
The Help Desk is an incredibly important initiative. The idea was born out of experience in the Recording Operations Division. Clients or customers would walk up to the counter and be turned away because they didn't know how to accomplish their goals. People would want to record a deed or change the title on their property, and they would have no idea how to go about that. Under the clerk's leadership, we were able to develop this program. With the help of the Center for Disability and Elder Law, we got this program off the ground.
I've been advocating for seniors for a very long time. I spent 12 years in the legislature. Much of the legislation, I focused in on public health, public safety, and social justice. And invariably, some of these issues would come up. How can we help? And for people who have the money to do, to buy whatever they need, they get it. But for the average citizen, not so much.
The support I received is in regards to the legal matters of my properties, my last wishes that I want my children to carry out. And it turned out to really be something that I'm glad that I did it now instead of my children having to find all of this out later. They were able to give me all the information that I needed and things that I didn't know I needed to know. They explained that to me. It's been a wonderful experience and I'm so grateful. On my block, it's been several elders, elder families that have passed on, and then the children move in or the grandchildren move in, and they have no idea about the mortgage payments or tax payments. I think that's really sad because the conversation isn't had before time.
Our agency, the clerk's office, we have a property after death program, and we talk about, how you can transfer your home, but we also talk about how you can transfer your car and what you need to do with your bank account. We go out into all over Cook County and we present a program that gets people thinking about what they should do. Let's face it, the funeral is not the time to figure out what you need to do with your assets. And so I'm excited about being the clerk and being able to offer these kinds of programs for the folks in Cook County. The Recorder of Deeds office was a perfect place for somebody who was a realtor for a number of years and saw problems in that field. So I'm proud of my record of accomplishments. There's more work to be done, and I'm glad I've assembled a team of people to help me get that done.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Manley, and I'm CDEL's Executive Director. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn about CDEL's mission, partners, and clients. Every year, this event brings me so much joy. Hearing the impact that CDEL makes on our clients' lives reminds me of the great importance of this work. Knowing that we have so many wonderful partners, like tonight's award winners, brings me hope that we, as an organization, can do even more. Accomplishing CDEL's mission requires many partners that I would like to thank. First, CDEL is made up of an incredible staff. Our staff members are committed to providing outstanding service to our clients and also performing outreach to communities throughout Chicagoland. They are devoted, smart, and compassionate, and none of our work is possible without them. Next, our large network of volunteers includes attorneys, law students, and paralegal interns that allow us to expand our reach. CDEL's community partners are the conduit to reaching so many of our clients, and they graciously publicize and host our community events. We are also fortunate to have a devoted governing board and young professionals board that provide governance and expertise to the organization. Finally, CDEL's funders, including tonight's wonderful sponsors, are essential. Together, we all work to accomplish CDEL's mission. Thank you. CDEL has a place for everyone. If you are not yet involved, please reach out to learn how you can support CDEL by volunteering, sharing your expertise, or making a financial gift. As you have seen throughout tonight's presentation, CDEL's representation changes the lives of our clients. Being a part of this work is at times challenging, but always fulfilling. I am so grateful to the clients that shared their experiences tonight and to all of the clients that trust CDEL to help them with their legal needs. Thank you again for joining us this evening in support of CDEL's mission.